Hello, greetings to everyone. It's me, Thales. This is my channel about English language. I've been recording videos since the beginning of last year. My channel has already more than 600 videos and I record videos weekly, so check it out. I cover English from basic to advanced. It's a good thing to talk about basic videos and basic playlists. So if you find the word basic in the highlights of the video, it means that the video is explained in Portuguese, whereas intermediate advanced videos have explanations in English only. So it doesn't matter whether you're a beginner or a seasoned student, I have English for everything you need right here. Before we begin, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to get the latest updates. As I mentioned, I record videos frequently, very frequently, not every day, but very frequently. Give the thumbs up if you enjoy the content from my videos. I cover English grammar, English vocabulary, and business English as well. So it's a lot of content. We have the equivalent to a complete grammar course. Yes, everything you need from the essential grammar points is readily available to you. Let's get into today's topic. Today we will talk about expressions involving the word set, okay? Set is a very common word in English, but we won't cover everything about. We will cover some expressions, okay? As this playlist you are watching right now is about advanced idioms vocab, so I selected some example sentences using expressions with set. The first one, she set the table before the guests arrived for dinner. What does set the table mean? Set the table means to leave everything ready. For example, you're having a dinner or you arranged a lunch setting for your family, your friends. You invited someone to have dinner with you or to have lunch with you. So you set the table. You bring the plates, the silverware, everything readily available, the glasses, so that everyone can have dinner or everyone can have lunch. It's just the example, right? It means to organize the table, to leave everything readily available for your guests. Okay, guests are people you invite, right, for an event. In this example, the guests were invited for dinner. The second example, my uncle set an example for his children and ate all his vegetables. You know, when I was a child, it was very common to see some relatives of mine when I went to their house to have dinner or to have lunch. And they don't necessarily like to eat vegetables, but they ate because they wanted to give the example, to set the example. When your parents eat vegetables during lunchtime, they incentivize in a way, right? They want to express that vegetables are healthy and you should eat vegetables as well. Whereas when you have parents who say that you have to eat vegetables, but you don't eat vegetables, they don't set the example, right? Your parents have to eat vegetables in order to set the example. Otherwise, it won't be followed by the children, because children, they follow examples. If you say, don't do this to your children, and you do that, the children get mixed messages. They don't understand. Why is my father telling me to do this when he doesn't do that? Okay? It's not coherent. The next example, I always set an alarm before going to bed. It's my example. When I go to bed, I take my cell phone and I set an alarm clock for 8:30 a.m. I have to get up early for work every day, unfortunately. I would like to win the lottery so that I don't have to work anymore, but until I win the lottery, I have to work. Just kidding. I like to work, but I don't like to get up early. Do you like to get up early? Do you set an alarm before going to bed? Why do I always set an alarm before going to bed? Because I have to get up early for work. Okay, so that's the explanation. The next example. My mother was sad. Okay, sad is the opposite of happy. Sad to see the birds trapped in their cage. So she set them free. When I was a child, it was very common for seeing people seeing people trap birds in the cage, right? To have birds as pets, right? Nowadays it's less common as people are more aware of the need, they are aware about environment, they want to be environment conscious, so they don't keep birds trapped. It's not advisable. Of course, having pets such as dogs and cats is okay, but birds are not prepared, let's say this way. They are not into being trapped, right? It's not a good idea to trap birds, but when you have a dog or a cat, for example, it's different because you don't trap the dog or cat. Okay, you take them for a walk, for example, you take care of them. But birds, in some places, it's illegal to trap birds. Okay, so my mother saw the birds trapped and she decided to set them free. It's controversial because some birds, they grew up in cages, so they aren't able to take care of themselves. They can't get their own food. They don't know how to hunt, right? They don't know how to survive in the wild. So depending on the situation, it makes it worse. It's not advisable. What about you? Have you ever set birds free before? Do you have birds in your house, right? Do you have birds at home trapped in cages? I don't have any pets. What about you? Do you have dogs or cats or any? Some people have even snakes, you know? Oh my God. The next example. I set a trap to catch the mouse in the kitchen. Okay, so mice in general, mice is plural to mouse. Mice in general, they are related to dirty places, places that aren't clean. So mouse or mice in general, they are attracted to poorly maintained places. So when the place is very dirty, the likelihood of having mice increases. So I set a trap to catch the mouse. I saw a mouse running in the kitchen, so I set a trap to catch the mouse, right? In general, there are traps that are made to kill the mouse, and others, they just trap them and encase them, and you can take the mouse and release in the open outside of the house. And they carry diseases, right? Mouse and mice in general, they carry diseases. They are not good for our health. Have you ever set a trap to catch a mouse? I have. When I was a child, I catched some mice in my grandmother's house, and there were a lot of them. It was fun to catch mouse. But I killed them. Yes, I killed the mice because the trap was made to kill. But nowadays, I don't think I would kill. I would take the mouse and release in the open. It's better. The next example, he has set the date for his wedding next winter. To set the date, it means that he has defined when he will get married. Wedding is this: when a husband and a wife, or two husbands or two wives, they decide to get married. So he has set the date for his wedding. So he has everything set, a party, when the ceremony, where the ceremony will take place, if it's in the church, whatever, if they will throw a party for the guests. Have you ever gotten married before? I don't think I ever will. I don't know. But if I will set the date for my wedding sometime. My teacher sets homework for her students at the end of every lesson. Okay, so what does set homework mean? It means that at the end of the class, the teacher gives a set of exercises, right, and activities for her student or his students to do at home. I hated to do homework, right? It's terrible because after class I just want to rest, I just want to play with my friends and to do nothing. And it was very common for teachers to give homework for the next class. Sometimes the classes would take place the next day, and I had little time to do all the exercises. What about you? Did your teacher, or does your teacher set homework for you at the end of every lesson? I remember some teachers of mine even set homework or activities for the children, yes, to do on vacation. You took vacation and you had to be worried about reading a book, summarizing the book, or doing a lot of exercises. Oh my God, the teacher, they don't know. Teachers don't know what they do sometimes. The ship set sail for the US this afternoon. It means that the ship is going to the US, right? The starting point, for example, the ship is going from Brazil to the US. So when you set sail for a place, right? The US, for Brazil, for China. It'll arrive in 10 days. It'll is the contracted form for it will, right? It's the future tense. The next example. My brother accidentally, this is an adverb which ends with the suffix li. My brother accidentally set fire to his shed. What is a shed? I'm sure that I have already showed you the meaning of shed. This is a shed, okay? The complete guide to sheds, Black & Decker. It's very common to have sheds in the US, you see? Different types of sheds. So I'm saying here that my brother set fire to his shed, so he had to call the fire department. They had to call someone to put off the fire, okay? The next example, I set off nice and early. This expression, nice and early, it means, it wants to emphasize the idea that it was really early. I set off really early, right? I wake up very early because I had a long way to drive. So I had plans to drive to another city, and I woke up very early in order to drive to that city. So as I had a long way to drive, I decided to set off nice and early, or I decided to drive, to start my trip really early, okay? Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget that my channel has many different videos for you to watch. I will show you something here. It's very easy, straightforward. You subscribe to the channel, and after you can search using this. When you click in this magnifying lens, you can search a topic you want to study. For example, I want to study the verb can. I type enter, and you can see many videos that I have recorded about the verb can. So the likelihood of you typing a word or a topic of English grammar and finding it right away is very high, because I have already recorded everything you need about essential English grammar. See you next time. Bye bye.